love a good exchange in terms of the battle itself. But let's take a look at the bans and picks here. Of course, this is going to be interesting. Dominator once again gets blue side. They get prio pick.
They will be the first ones making the decisions. Taking that prior pick over here from Dominator Esports. Let's wait and see if they can get something. They might be able just to get the Dharma. If they have prior pick, I know that they will take the Dharma first just based on Top's yesterday's performance.
That's true, but you know, Dharma is not also that all-round answer. If Boom Esports pick up the Zhuangzi as well, it could spoil that game. I feel like Boom Esports might go that route where they give the Dharma to Tufts, but I'm sure Boom Esports has an answer for that.
Well, one of the beautiful things in here is, if I allow something, I need to understand and know how to reply back. So if I am not going to allow the Dharma, let's say the Boom Esports does not allow the Dharma, they're pushing them into playing other options. Yesterday we saw one Fatih, so probably the Fatih would be another option that we could still have here for Dominator Esports.
Okay, they will ignore the Dolia. So we won't get to see the Dolia for the side of Dominator Esports. Boom Esports, of course, cannot use it again due to the global ban format. But they will be picking up the Parasolar, the Arlie, one of the strong farm laners.
Okay, Arlie and Yuhuan. That Yuhuan could be a mid lane, that Yuhuan could be a roamer. A very interesting flexible pick in there. We have been seeing a lot of the Arlie with the Diadia in here, but the Diadia and the Yuhuan together in there, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Yeah, because right now, Dominator Esports' answer coming in the form of the Flowborn Marksman. Late game Parasolar, this Arlie just gets destroyed.
But that is very, very late game, man. That I'm a little bit concerned about that. Is it really gonna make it all the way to those 15, 16 minutes when the Flowborn Marksman is really gonna be completely online? It is an interesting pick. At the same time, I mean, it could go big win or big gigantic loss.
That's true. I mean, it really could go either way. So far from what we have seen across all the different series is that the early game matters, right? If you can take camps away, you get the goal lead, you get the T1 towers. It's going to have an impact on the way that you can get good trades across the gorge. Now, Boom Esports, they're going to pick up the War Saint, Guan Yu coming in for the Clash lane. This is a good answer. It does spoil the setup from the side of the Yixing and the Zhang Fei pick, but it could go either way as well.
I like to see the Guan Yu coming in right now that they have not yet chosen a jungler option right now. I am wondering what is going to be their option for jungle, knowing that they need someone that can deal a lot of damage, someone that can actually take advantage from the Guan Yu setups that he's going to be doing.
I think it has to be a tank jungle, right? At this point, for both sides actually, because you need to set the scene up where your farm laners are not going to be targeted. You need someone to take the attention.
The very first moon.
If it is going to be a tank jungler from both sides, then we'll be looking at very, very, very bare minimum amounts of damage. The damage per second is going to be very low. I like a lot more the option of going in here for the Jing, and then on the other side from Boom Esports, if it is not going to be an assassin jungler, who is going to deal the damage?
I agree. I mean, I can see it now, right? You do have quite a lot of CC. If the stuns from the Yuhuan, you have the catch from the side of the Haya as well. And there we go. Featherfoot potentially going to be locked in, going to be locked in. So Boom Esports, this truly is a battle of the assassin junglers here. Who gets the catch first?
Let's analyze the laning matchups right now. We've got Sun Ce against Guan Yu. So both heroes right over here, great mobility. They can just go from one side of the map to the other in very short amounts of time. So we can already just see them just having the 1v1s over there in Clash Lane, not actually wondering or caring about anyone else. let's put our attention to the farm lane. That farm lane actually is going to be the Arlie and the Yuhuan against the Tramfei and the Flowborn marksman. In the early stages in here, I can see Boom Esports having a lot more advantage over there in the farm lane than what Dominator Esports could actually do.
Interesting. Okay, I'm on the opposite end. I feel like this is a great matchup for the side of DMT, right? Because the Steady Will, right, Flowborn Marksman does have the pierce effect. So you are actually able to clear multiple minions at one shot if you get the angles right. So this one to me is a positional warfare. If Danny gets his placement right, then yes, it's a horrible game for the side of CC. But let's see how this runs.
Let's wait and see. It's going to depend completely on the understanding of the mechanics of each of these players. They cannot be playing this on their own. And if you say, and if the two of us are correct in what we're trying to print and what we're trying to say, at the end of the day, it's going to end up just to be about what Carl and TNX can do, how fast they can move, clean the jungle, and then just come in and try to make a numbers advantage. That is going to define everything. When all the laning stages are so close to each other, then it all depends on the junglers, how the junglers can actually join in to those fights early on.
I like that you bring that up, right? Because then if there is a point where either of these junglers attempt to go for the initial camp steal, that is a huge risk they're taking.
Let's wait and see what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be our second game. Right now it's going to be Dominator Esports on the blue side and Boom Esports on the red. Boom Esports really need to take this one on. KNX comes in, keeps a little, just checks a little bit. Just comes in, get his eyes on, sees the buff, gets out of there. Information warfare.
Yeah, this is a very good plan from the side of DMT, right? They don't lose anything, but this provides Tatsuri a little bit more room. And this is why the higher pick I think is great for the side of Boom Esports. And of course, we talked about this in the farm lane. So far, it is looking like a Boom farm lane here.
Let's see. Let's rotate right over here to the mid lane. We know that KNX is going to come in, going to take some of that. Fade tries to make it on time. But it's Tatsuri the one that ends up cleaning that way.
I mean, for now, I would consider it neck to neck, right? I don't think there has been a major advantage going to either side. I mean, we do have that Firehawk at the bottom going into the hands of Danny. So there's a slight advantage in a 1v1 matchup between CC and Danny.
All right. Up until right now, the game has been going in the pace that we actually wanted and the pace that we actually mentioned. Danny comes in, it's going to jump in extremely deep. He thought that he could actually take the 1v1. He didn't know that the reinforcements were underway.
You know CC was calling for the team there. The moment Danny popped his common spell, CC was telling the team, I'm going to bait, you're going to finish the job for me.
Just like that, and CC knew that he could actually take on that damage. Very well done. That's the difference with the pros, right? Like, they know exactly at which exact moment of the game they can take how much damage on in there.
Here comes the finishing blow. This is gone. KNX will be taken off by the side of Carl. A great start for the fight on the side of Boom. Can they find more? That is the true value they're looking for. They know not to overextend. They'll be looking for another reward in terms of the Azure Golem. Migi making sure that life is not going to be as easy. The attempt is still going on. Danny will come in. Gets the Jade as well from Carl. Stolen. And Boom win big in this exchange.
This is just so difficult right now because it is going to be TNX on that Jing that is very blue dependent in there. It's going to lose the Azure Golem. It's going to be Carl just taking that. So it's not only what you lost, but what you gave away. That gap right now looking really good for Boom Esports in terms of junglers.
Yes, and you know, when a jungle finds success, the danger is not the opponent jungler. The danger is the rest of your team. Right now, Carl has the potential to instantly delete CC and Joe.
Dangerous times right now for DMT. Boom Esports one more time with the early advantage. We saw that happen in the previous game as well. Let's wait and see if this time they can do something about it. That's exactly why I've said that I like junglers, the assassin junglers around, man. Look at this. It's just a lot more of a dynamic game. We can see a lot more jumping going on.
Yep, and the rotations, right? We're talking about the rotations. The better rotation wins the team fight, especially when you have the numbers advantage. And right now, Carl has not just the numbers advantage in terms of team members, he has the advantage in EXP and gold as well. Right now, this is a guarantee for Boom. There's no way they lose this.
Oh, they're gonna go for it. It's gonna be uncontested. The Jin couldn't do anything and it was just fighting for its life. Now it's gonna be Tatsuri, the one that is going to fall. Boom Esports. Right now, they take the Tyrant, but they're gonna lose their mid laner.
I think that's a perfect value for the side of Boom Esports, right? They don't lose too much in that. Right now, they're securing close to 1,000 gold ahead in terms of gold, right? And the fact that Carl does not take a fall, you stop TNX by locking him in the Mirage as well. It buys a lot of time. It stops the growth of TNX.
And that's actually pretty good, right? Like at the end of the day, if someone is going to die, I'm totally fine that the Haya is going to die with Tatsuri, because as the game goes on, what Tatsuri needs to do is just to be able to have his ulti available. It's not a matter of does the damage that Tatsuri and the Haya can provide. It's just being able to lock someone out.
I mean, that's why they're the pros, right? I would not give a kill. I would not sacrifice for the team. But with that being said, Boom Esports, they're doing well right now, right? They defend the T1 at the bottom. And I like the way that Miggy is playing. Miggy likes the 1v1s, but now he's being the team player. He's making sure the rotations here so that they have the numbers advantage.
All right, look at that. Umbrella
nice
outburst. Now it's going to be the Moonscape Mirage, the one that is going to be taking that out. What looked like a very big fight. Look at that. One more with the initiation.
Yep, they are looking for Draw here. Draw might have to fall. A double kill for the side of Tufts, and DMT recover for a little bit, but they need more. Carl now stuck in a 1v1, looking for the finishing blow. TNX a little too far. He is going to be taken down, and Carl comes back. They recover a couple of kills for the side of Boom Esports, but right now DMT, they do have the numbers advantage. T1 open for the taking. They cannot miss this chance.
Blue team has destroyed
Mid lane
a
turret is
tower.
going to fall right over there. TNX wanted to take the 1v1 against Carl. Problem is that as he was coming out of his mirror domain, hits the wall, nowhere for him to go except Carl's pocket in.
So right now, it feels like, look, DMT have completely recovered.
team
Tufts, I don't know if he wants to go here. The timing is nice. He does get the knockup. Can they finish Carl off? He needs to be saved right now. Will not happen. A rampage for Tufts.
One more time, Tufts comes in and then he's taking the spotlight of the team. DMT, when TNX cannot deliver, it's going to be Tufts the one that is going to stand on business.
This is why they're so much stronger now, right? And with this, Boom Esports have to defend this Azure buff against the likes of TNX, but he is here now. Smite is available for the taking as well. They will secure it. Here comes the Cavalry in the form of a boat here, just as a deterrence as Tufts. He's the man of the game right now.
Right now, he is completely online. Free to charge and Axe of Torment, the two items right now that Tufts has online. The problem with that is that if he gets to hit you, there is no way that you're gonna move away. He hitting you right now is going to slow you down so much.
Has destroyed a
Yes,
tower.
definitely. And right now, Danny is trying to make amends for whatever gap. Miggy looking for the flank as well. All he needs to do is to get the catch, get stopped, stunned, locked into place, and Jill finishes the job. Yes, Carl jumps in, but it's a 1v5 and he can't do it. Tufts again, unstoppable. DMT, they found a formula against Boom Esports.
Ken, look at that. They've got the minion wave. It's going to be a 5 against 3. They're going to take the high ground, that's for sure. Do they want to make the final push in here?
I mean, they can. Tatsuri has used his ultimate as well to catch CC in the middle of it, but it's not going to be happening too much. They get the life of Tufts at this point, but Boom, that is traded off for a T3. It's not a good trade at all.
Well, losing your high ground turret at only 8 minutes of the game puts so much pressure as the super minions are going to start coming in from the farm lane. That is bad news for Boom Esports. What happened right over there with Miggy trying to come in with the Razor Cavalry and then just being stunned in place?
It was a good idea. I like it. That's what you're supposed to do. But there's no follow-up, right? Who else is able to get the setup for the team? You need Draw to use his second skill to get the setup, but you can see him from a mile away.
Look at that right now as we are gonna hit the 9 minutes mark. It is looking very, very, very grim for Boom Esports. Super Minions are gonna be coming in from the bottom side of our screens. And then it's gonna be good for DMT that right now, with the full control over the farm lane, they can just focus on trying to get the Overlord on their own.
Yeah, it's really about pulling attention now, right? DMT, they don't even have to take a fight. They just poised to fight, and Boom have to respond, which means now the bottom lane will be pushing in. This is going to be a pain point for Boom Esports.
Yeah, and just because of their positioning, then it means that they're gonna have lane priority every single time. Look at that, Guan Yu waiting over there in the brush. Can he do something in there? He's gonna jump in.
They get that catch though. CC has been taken down, but the damage is still plenty for the side of DMT. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Draw is going to be the target here, but Miggy changes the game, gets a secondary kill onto TNX, and now Boom Esports come alive. The chase for Joe continues. He's just going to be pushed back for the moment. Kao wants to find value. They need to take turrets here. Miggy goes through the back, trying to catch Joe as well. Joe should have his passive, uses the Splendor, buys a lot more time. Will have to give his life. And Boom Esports, they find value, but the base is under pressure.
The problem right over here from DMT was the tier 2 turret. They are making the fight right under the tier 2 turret. The minions are completely clear, and they're just taking aggro directly from the turret again and again and again. So I'm gonna say, out of these 5, the big assist in here, the person that stood the tallest was that tier 2 turret in there for the clash lane.
Oh, for sure. Extra damage is true damage, by the way. It's super painful. And at this stage of the game, Boom, they have completely recovered. They've swung the gold around. Take a look at that swing here. This is now a 2,000 gold advantage for the side of Boom.
Dominator Esports right now, they were in total control of the map and they were in total control of the game. But sadly for them, after the overstepping in there, it's going to be really tough for them to try to control the tempo one more time. Right now, Boom Esports, they have priority. They have the Dark Tyrant. They've got 40 more seconds of the attack buff. What do they want to do with this?
I think they have to buy time, right? 30 seconds is not exactly a very long time, but they need to find out the positions of the side of DMT. And we know the man that needs to be watched out for. That's Tufts. Right now, they do manage to get the catch as well. Splendor going to be used by Joe once again. Unable to find any value, as Set Sail is going to be used as a deterrent against Boom Esports. Right now, sights change. They're looking to reposition for a new fight.
Look, this is going to be the whole script right now for the fight. The problem of having the super minions over there on the farm lane right now so early in the game is going to put so much pressure that there's always going to have to be one person from Boom Esports that needs to go clean the wave and then try to come back. If DMT can get the timings of that clearly well, they could actually get a 4-0 trade.
Yeah, for sure. It's a 4v5 situation at any point of time. They have to deal with the bot wave. So Boom Esports, they need to plan and bid their time really carefully at this point.
Red team has destroyed a tower.
Now the problem right now is the difference in gold coming in from the Fade and the Jing. Fade right now with 1,000 gold advantage on top of that Jing. Jing's not having the best of the performances today in this specific match.
It's a difficult situation, but it's something they can turn around. But right now, all advantage towards the side of Boom. Kao starts working on that Shadow Overlord at this point. The steal attempt might come in from TNX, but too late. Kao secures it at this point. Radiant's going to be used as well. Nobody available for the taking on the side of Boom. Here comes the Set Sail. They do get one kill. Draw's the first one to be taken down, but he is a roam. There is much more value in the other members on the side of Boom Esports, and they will start going in. Tatsuri gets called out. Nice slam on the side of L, but he might have to give his life. Jadified as Kao finishes the job. A killing spree for the side of Boom Esports. Gets the setup once again. A secondary. The Tufts, the problem, eliminated. And right now, Boom can find more. All they have to do is to be really careful. They have now settled that bottom lane, the summoning of the Shadow Overlord as well.
They come in, they have the priority. And the problem in here is that all of the fire is going in all directions. It is not focused fire into one person. You can see all the members from DMT going left, right, front, back. There's no one that is just taking one member out, the other member out. The calls in here are a little bit messy.
I mean, you can't blame him. It's so difficult. You have Carl, who is, number one, already very mobile, and then you have Danny, who's able to use the Parasolar to really just weave in and out of different positions. So DMT, this is, fighting shadows and trying to catch smoke at this point.
As time passes, it is good news for CC's Flowborn marksman that is gonna get stronger and stronger, but at the same time, look at this one more time. It is gonna be Boom Esports, the one that won the fight.
They try to get the setup onto Gio as well. Here comes the save by the side of Tufts to get that set sail. Both landed down, but there's not enough damage. Boom Esports, they don't even want to fight. They just want to pull their attention. The Vanguards are working hard onto the T3 turrets. TNX will be taken down. And boom, this is going to be a 4v5. All they have to do is to find another chink in the armor.
What is going on with TNX and this Jing? Is it being just completely fully targeted by Boom Esports, or is it that he's making the mistakes right now? I can see that his psyche might be just fully broken. He's died what, about like 6-7 times already in this match?
I mean, this is where the pressure gets to you, right? He knows he's the big brother of the team. He needs to hold that responsibility on his shoulders. But right now, that might be too heavy of a burden. They're trying to get some poke damage in, and the damage is starting to show from CC, but they need more.
They need a lot more than that. Only 11,000 CC is almost fully stacked up. He's got 4 big items. He's on his way to make his 5th one.
Right, it's all about the setup here. They will be able to catch Carl though, but where's the follow-up damage? Miki comes in for the save as well. KNX looking, a 3-man knocker from Tufts. Can they turn the fight? They will be looking for that opening. Ultimate used by Carl. He's gonna trade his item. Sage's Sanctuary gonna be used as well. First life gone for the side of Carl. They do get a 1-for-1 trade. Both the Clash units are down, and with that, L jumps in, gets the final hit for the team. Tatsuri looking for one more trade. Once again, TNX has fallen, and boom, get the better of that trade.
Boom takes the better out of that trade because it's going to be a Clash laner falling. Gerald is going to go golden. He's going to protect. His passive is not going to survive, but he's going to try to take Carl down. Carl is going to come back with Sage's Sanctuary. It's going to be a double kill for Tatsuri.
It is a huge momentum for the side of Boom Esports. They have come back into this game, and Danny, he's going to provide as much poke as he can. At the same time, the base is under threat. Someone needs to go back right now. They will make it out. Tatsuri as well as Carl saving the day for Boom Esports. They have to hold on to the lead. This is a 8,000 goal lead.
This is such a beautiful game right now, what we are watching. Tubbs over there with the initiation for that big fight. He comes in with the set sail and he gets onto 3 members from Boom Esports.
Yeah, it was a nice catch, but then look, the item switching by Carl changed that whole fight, right? The Sage's Sanctuary giving him another life. He does have lifesteal as well, so Boom Esports, they really stretch the limits that they have as a team, and they won big in that fight. The reward is great. They have a Shadow Overlord in their hands now. It's 3 minutes before Tempest. That's a long time for DMT.
CC decides to go with Pure Sky as his last option of item in there. We're gonna have the Overlord. The Vanguards are gonna be coming in on all directions. Boom Esports might have the opportunity here to balance the tables and take us to a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think a lot of pressure now is just focus on Tatsuri, right? Who does he catch? If he catches a L or Tufts, I think the fight is over for DMT.
Well, Tatsuri is going to be critical in here, like how he's going to use that Moonscape Mirage. Look at that, no problem in here. They're going to be able to lose 1 turret, but they are able to clean the Vanguards right now.
This is just a bit for time. DMT, if they can survive this, that would be great. Nice catch from the side of Tatsuri. Who did he actually catch? Looks like it's going to be the Romeo. It's going to be L. So with that, this is not going to be enough tankiness on the side of DMT for the moment, but they do find an opening. Ultimate going to be used by the side of Draw. Gets the save in, but here comes the damage from the side of DMT. They get the setup as well. Knock up onto the backline. Tufts is trying to buy time for the team, but unable to find the kill. Nobody dies just yet, but the T3 has fallen. Boom Esports once again. What a play.
It is just so difficult, else Bradley Albers is going to be wide. He does not get onto anyone, and that is the problem in there. For such a critical initiation ability, just to be wide, puts DMT on their back heel. They pay a high price for this, as their mid-lane high ground turret is going to fall. What looked like an advantage in terms of super minions right now has turned around, and it's Boom the ones that they have the whole game for them to lose.
And they don't get this. I don't think TNX will be able to get this away from the side of Boom Esports. Right now, they know that they're here. The flank from the side of Miggy going to be spotted out by Tufts at this point. But take a look at where Carl is. He's hiding at the sidelines, waiting for the reset and looking for a potential victory.
TNX cannot fight that. It's going to be Carl because of his mechanics due to the design of the hero. Is going to jade that Tyrant away. There was nothing he could have done. The Moonscape Mirage one more time.
Yep, TNX has been caught. Where's the follow-up damage? Carl looking for the flank against 4 members. Miggy as well will come from the back. TNX is down. This is a 4v5. Miggy threatening and poised to make the catch like a fisherman for the side of Boom Esports. And Boom Esports, they don't care. They can take this slow.
They can take this slow. 10 seconds flow for the Tempest Dragon. We can see their next target is going to be the high ground turret. Do they want to just do the one final push right over here, kid?
I think they can. 20 seconds is a long time. The TNX is not here. El's gonna drop his ultimate down with Unbridled Outburst. They need to get the stuns, they need the setup, but they need the follow-up as well. Miggy on the backlines, 1 against 4, Frigid Charge as well. Manages to hold them in place. This is going to be a successful defense for now for DMT. But Boom Esports, they're knocking on the doors. They can't clear the waves. They have to back up for the time being. So Boom Esports, they're gonna wait for the next wave. That's going to be approaching right now. DMT. This could be the last hand. Flash by the side of draw. Can he get the stuns? Once again, Tufts on the backline. Then he jumps in, and the game is over. No fight, just a base.
Boom Esports is going to take the victory. The PKL takes 1 game and then makes it a draw. A 1-1 right now. Dominator had it in the pocket, and then Boom Esports stole it from them.
Yeah, we talked about this. This is exactly what we expected. A close series, a tight series, 1-1 now. As, you know what, this game, TNX, I think he kind of fumbled a little bit.
A little bit? Would you really say a little bit? I'm really sorry. I need to say the things the way they are. Like, if you're going to take the Jing, you need to carry, man. Like, you cannot just be falling that many times. I understand that it's a difficult match, but you made the decision of going on with that hero. So I expect that TNX can go, he can clean up, he can actually drink some water, and then just come back with a better performance to what we just saw right now, because the numbers are very ugly.
I mean, the numbers are ugly, that's for sure, and we kind of saw his difficulty, right? They're going up against a Fade, a fellow assassin hero, so there's a lot of burst potential. But at the same time, this Smite wall is unfair because of the Jadify, right?
Completely
Once you have
unfair.
the Hardened Jade Seal, it's gone.
And that's it. Like, if you know that you cannot fight this, is it really necessary to go and try to contest it? Is there any other tactical movement that you can do in that specific moment? If it is an Overlord that is available, can you actually go and try to trade dragons? Can you try to get a distraction and try, if you know that you cannot win it, just try to do something else.
Which is, I like that you state that, because that's exactly what Boom did in their favor, right? So at any point of time, there is only one neutral objective to fight over. So it's naturally in Boom Esports' favor. But the craziest part about this game is that Boom was at the back foot for quite a bit in this game. They lost a T3 right at the get-go, and it didn't feel like they lost a T3 at all.
No, come on, like, if Dominator would have actually won the fight that they had at the Clash lane, the fight where the T2 turret just started just dealing damage, if they would have won that fight, it would have been a 2-0 advantage for Dominator. Easy at the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I fully agree. And this game shows you why the better team wins. Boom Esports here, Tatsuri taking 5-1 and 8. Very long, sustained build for the higher. At the same time, Carl as well, probably MVP, 8-2 and 6, going for a hybrid build of tank as well as damage. So Danny kind of became like a support. He's 1-2 and 10.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, when you have this game like this, Carl did what he needed to do, which was to come in and then just to finalize just those last hits and come in and just deal some damage. I love the way that Tatsuri played. So that Haya for me, it's got to be the MVP. I do believe that they followed the strategy. The strategy was that Tatsuri is going to pull one person out, and then after that, we're going to, all of us, just go and take the 4v4 and win the 4v4. The strategy worked, and then I believe that he deserves the MVP because of that.
I fully agree with you. Tatsuri was kind of doing like limit testing as well, right? There were certain moments in the game where he used his Moonscape Mirage, his ultimate, to catch Tufts out. Didn't really find too much value on that, so he changed his target to L. And once the Beast was out of the picture, it felt like Boom had full control because Danny just walked all over CC's face.
Look at that. Just right over there at the 8-minute mark. In the moment that they lose that big fight, it was all for Boom Esports then. Completely full control from the PKL team. That is a problem that DMT cannot let happen. And it's actually it's a pity for them, right? Because they had such a big loot in just taking that high ground turret so early in the game. And then after that, they just squandered their advantage. They squandered such a great performance with Tubbs. Tubbs, even though they lost, he had an amazing performance in that Sun Tzu.
You know, I feel like 2026 is a year of Clash Naners. That's definitely one thing we need to take a look at. Tubbs, this guy, his Dharma was scary yesterday. His Sun Tzu was pretty effective today. But once again, it's a team game. And Boom is definitely the better team in game number 2.
Look at the map. Look at the data right over there. You can see here, like, look at how Tatsuri dealt more damage, had more assists. Goal to damage efficiency was higher. The only thing that Gerald was better than him was in the first 10 minutes participation. After that, it was all Tatsuri.
Yeah, also because I feel like Joe didn't manage to find the appropriate boards, right? He couldn't get the setup that he wanted as an Yixing. And then we talk about this matchup. CC against Danny. Danny really exposed the weaknesses of a flow-born marksman, right? When you use her skills, it's a one-directional, one-dimensional skill. Once you get out of range or you get out of, you sidestep that skill, Danny just has free reign over you, gets free damage.
Yeah, the problem is that the reach is not that long either, right? So that is a very big problem. Well, the MVP for this game is going to be Tatsuri on the Haya, the Evernight Aspiration. 5-1-8, the KDA. Congratulations to Tatsuri bagging in that MVP.
Right, we need to pay special attention to Tatsuri later on during the highlights. I want to see his positioning here because he managed to get the insane catches. Catching Tufts, I think, okay, pretty straightforward because Tufts was diving in. But catching L, that was a completely different challenge.
No, I agree with you. Look at this. As you analyze the highlights of the game, everything just started really, really well for the blue team. Like the blue team had such an amazing start. And then right over here into this one, look, they jump in and then they're just taking turret damage again and again and again.
Yeah, huge greed coming in, but you can't blame them. And Jill, I think he really tried his best to outplay using the passive, using the Splendor. But at this point, too much life on the hands of Boom Esports, also too much damage and control.
Red team has slain an enemy.
This fight right over here. There was a good moment where DMT could have actually been able to turn tables around. The problem in here is that Carl just stayed online for too long time. Look at him, like
and
Carl
I think they
was
weren't
able just to deal so much damage.
They weren't expecting Tatsuri to come out at that point of time as well. CC in this position, I felt like it was a risky decision to go in a 1v3 in that particular part of the game. And down here, you know, Boom Esports, they've learned their lesson. We don't need to fight all the time. Let's just get the crystal and take the win.
Well, this is going to be the first PKL against IKL